Breaking news. As inflation rises, Putin has urged officials to take action. On Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that the country's economy was under increasing pressure from Western sanctions and urged officials to take action to reduce high inflation. Russia's economy is struggling to cope with a weaker ruble and rising military spending as the country goes on the offensive in Ukraine, both of which have contributed to persistently high inflation. I once again draw the attention of the government and the Bank of Russia to the importance of effective, coordinated action to reduce inflation, Putin stated during a televised discussion. It directly affects the well-being of Russian families and our citizens, according to him. He also said the government should get ready for increased sanctions from Western countries. Our partners are now taking their fantasies to the absurd, banning the import of screwdrivers, needles and so on into Russia, said Putin. A smaller trash can is preferable. In reference to concerns about the insect in Europe, he said, there is less chance that bedbugs will be exported to us from major European megacities. While the offensive in Ukraine has put significant strain on Moscow's economy, it has defied early predictions that it would suffer near collapse due to Western sanctions. With inflation well above the government's target of 4%, the Russian central bank raised its key interest rate to a whopping 15% last week. South Korean military officials said on Thursday that in addition to the widely reported shipments of ammunition and shells, North Korea has likely supplied Russia with several types of missiles to support its war in Ukraine. The report came out a day after South Korean spies informed lawmakers that North Korea had given Russia 1 million artillery shells as part of their growing military cooperation. Both countries are major adversaries of the United States. According to a briefing given by the South Korean military to local journalists, Pyongyang is suspected of sending weapons to Russia, including rifles, rocket launchers, mortars, and shells, as well as a large quantity of short-range ballistic missiles, anti-tank missiles, and portable anti-air missiles. The contents of the briefing were shared with the Associated Press. The United States, Japan, and South Korea issued a joint statement last week strongly condemning North Korea's alleged supply of munitions and military equipment to Russia, saying that this escalation in Russia's war in Ukraine has a direct and devastating impact on the lives of innocent civilians. Russia, a permanent member of the UN Security Council, has previously endorsed a number of resolutions that make it illegal to trade weapons with North Korea. Russia and North Korea have both said the accusations of a weapons shipment are false. After North Korean leader Kim Jong-un visited Russia in September to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin and tour key military facilities, rumors began circulating that North Korea was shipping arms to the country. The United States and its allies claim that North Korea is using the proceeds from the sale of conventional arms to purchase sophisticated Russian technologies that it plans to use to upgrade its nuclear and missile programs. North Korea has shipped over 1 million artillery shells to Russia via ships and transport planes since August, according to information shared with lawmakers in a private briefing by South Korea's main spy agency, the National Intelligence Service, on Wednesday. According to lawmaker Yoo Sang-bum, who was briefed by the NIS, the amount of shells amounted to about 2 months' worth of supplies for the Russians. According to the NIS, North Korea has been using all of its munitions factories to meet Russian munitions demands and has even mobilized its population to do so. According to the NIS, Russia is helping North Korea with the technology it needs to launch its first military spy satellite into space. 2 recent attempts by North Korea to launch a spy satellite both failed due to technical difficulties. North Korea failed to make good on its promise of a third launch attempt in October. According to South Korea's military, Pyongyang also wants to get nuclear technology from Russia as well as fighter jets or related aircraft equipment and help setting up anti-air defense networks.